Hello, Warriors enthusiasts. My name is Ranger, and welcome back to Let's Play Clan Generator. Now, it's been a good while since I played Clan Generator, 2 years in fact. And back then, I wasn't really experienced in this type of content, Let's Play content. Up to that point, I had done exclusively reaction content. I hadn't done anything like this. So, I was a little off in those recordings. But now I'm back. I'm more used to doing Let's Plays on the channel, if you guys haven't seen that before. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Also, it's been a while, and there's been a lot of new updates for Clan Generator, so if you haven't played this in a while, I will kind of go through all the new features, in these first several episodes. So we're going to start another Clan's Legacy, so let's go. Now, there are three types of modes in Clan Generator. There's Classic mode, and this is kind of just a sit back. You're an eye in the sky, as they say, and you can just watch as things happen in this clan, and all the things come with that. So if you like telling stories, you can use this mode, and I think it's a mode a lot of other people who play this game have used. Then there's Expanded mode. Now, Expanded mode is, as they say, a more hands-on experience. There's a lot of things that you have to decide, a lot of things you have to control, like making sure there's enough prey, you know, making sure you have enough herbs to treat cats and stuff if they get sick. If you want a more, more decision on what your clan does, you can play in this mode. And this is the mode I usually play in this game. Now, another new feature that they added is right down here, this quick start. You can click this box, the game will automatically generate everything for that clan, which means it'll choose your name, your camp location, and other things of that nature, the cats that you have. But in the interest of looking at how things work here, we're gonna go ahead and do this manually. So let's click the next step here. Now here you need to choose a name for your clan. Now, I'm terrible with names. Like, I'm not very good with naming things. So usually I just randomly generate until I find a name I like. Like Buttercup Clan, no, I don't like that. Swan Clan, no. Day Clan, no. Liar Clan, no. Bull Clan, maybe. Shade, Scrub, Leopard, Splash, Heavy, Model Clan, no. Plume Clan, no. You know what? Let's go with Pebbleclan. I like that one. So anyway, we now hit next. So it's gonna take you to this screen, and in this screen you get to choose your starting clan. So we need to pick the kind of cast you want. Now it gives you a wider range of casts to pick from, and if you're not liking what's left, you can click this random generate button. And basically what this do is you have three tries to randomly generate new cats to get the kind of cats that you want to like, so you can build the most optimal clan. Now, one thing that I find to point out this, you need to have a good mix of adults, adults, apprentices, and kits, because you want a future, like right here, we want these two kits in. Now, of course, one of the things that come with Clan Gen is each clan has their personality, and they have their skills they're good at. So, of course, if we look at Weed Spring right here, or right now, the first cat you're going to choose is going to be your leader. But as you see that they're non-binary. Okay, so they are an adult. They're gloomy. Now their skills are they are a formidable fighter and a good teacher, which means this cat would make a great mentor. And also, you probably want to send this cat on a border patrol just in case you have to fight anything. These traits decide the outcome of a certain patrol. So for instance, let's say you had to fight a dog or something. Well, you would want Wheat Spring or Wheat Star on the patrol, because they would probably increase the chances you have of defeating that dog. Now, of course, you have older cats or seniors, Tiny Back or Tiny Star, and he is adventurous and he's a good speaker. So you would probably want him to be a mediator, since he's such a good speaker, or you could send him out on border patrol clans just in case you become in contact with a cat, you might want to join your clan. Being a good speaker can help them convince this cat to join your clan. So that's kind of how these traits work. Of course, how they look is completely generated. You have no... I think you can edit this once you get into the game, but I don't really do that. I like to stick with what I go. So right now, we need to find a cat who's a good leader. Okay, so we have Sky Spot. She is a senior adult. She is confident, and she has a keen eye and a good fighter. So she would probably be really great as a leader. Or if not, if we find a better cat, she can be the deputy. Now, here's the thing. This is a little trick I want to share with you guys. You want to make sure that your deputy is young. Because if you pick her as a deputy as a senior adult, eventually she's going to have to retire. She's not going to be able to lead the clan, and then you'll just have to pick a new deputy. So it's better to find a good deputy that's really young, and that will last a while. But let's take a look at some of the other grown cats. Kids and apprentices cannot be leaders. Just remember that. Okay, so she's good. She's definitely going to be in the clan. I know that. So we have Freeze Heart here. She is female, she's adult, she's shameless, and she's an incredible runner. I don't think we want a shameless cat as leader of our clan. So we're just going to skip that. So Beach Pelt or Beach Star, she is nervous, and she is a lore master. I don't know what lore master affects. I don't know if that actually affects anything, or that she's just good at this. So possible medicine cat. But it's the same with your medicine cat early on. You don't want your medicine cat to be too old. So we have Pipit Snout, or Pipit Star. He is daring, he is valuable insight, and a good fighter. Now, valuable insight is a good trait for a leader to have. You know, you want your leader to have good insight. And also, if they have, like, traits like good fighter, you don't want to make them, like, you know, a medicine cat, because they're going to be better suited to you as just a regular warrior. Aha! We found our leader, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to check this cat just for posterity's sake, like, just in case. So, Nimblewing, or Nimble Star, she is young, which is good to start out with, because she's going to be leading the clan for quite a long time. Give it she doesn't lose all her lives. And in my other playthrough I was doing last night in preparation for recording today, she was the first cat. She lost 2 of her lives pretty quickly. So there is that. She's a good mediator and a good kit sitter, but charismatic is a great trait to have as a leader, because there's a new feature in this game, which we're going to get into once we get in, that this is really good for. But now let's check out Canary Stripe. Oof. I think we found our deputies here, guys. Talented swimmer. I don't think I've ever encountered someone on patrol that required me to be a talented swimmer, but she has valuable insight. Oh my god, this is a hard choice. Who do I want? They're both charismatic, which is good for a leader. They're both young, which means they'll be around for a while. Okay, I can't use what I used to choose anymore because apparently it's problematic. So I was gonna do something there that I'm like, oh wait, it's no longer acceptable to say that. Who do I want as leader and who do I want as deputy? I think I'm gonna choose Nibble Star because they're a good mediator as well, which is a good thing to have a leader. Valuable insight would be good on a deputy. Yeah, okay, so Nimble Star will be our leader. Now we choose our deputy. And of course I'm going to choose Canary Stripe. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our leader and our deputy. Now we need our medicine cat. I don't want you as our medicine cat, because you're a good fighter. I want you as a warrior. You too. I want you to be there to, like, train up apprentices and stuff. Well, Wing Splint, he is a great kid sitter and a great speaker. Now, none of this really, like, loans itself to being a medicine cat. But we don't really have anybody else that I want to be a medicine cat, because she's too old. He doesn't really have anything that makes him a good candidate for it. Okay, so Wing Splint, you're going to be our medicine cat. You're gonna be a good warrior. You're gonna be a good warrior. I am going to take the kit and the apprentice, because you want a good range of ages in your clan. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna take you. Let's take Freezeheart. We'll take the other kit. And there you have it. We cannot recruit any more cats. So I want to start off with the max amount of cats we can start off with, because I want to be in a good place where the game is going to totally screw me. So there you have it, everybody. There is our clan. Now, here you choose your camp. And this is kind of the background that your clan has of where they live. And one of the cool things is sometimes if you live a certain place, it adjusts the event descriptions to where your clan lives. So now we can choose what we want. Guys, I love the beach areas, especially, this is a new map right here, the Fjord. In Plains you have grasslands, tunnels, and wastelands. That could be a really cool start. That looks really freaking cool too. Of course, there's classic tunnels, and then just very cool. Now you have your mountain area. So you can start off living on a cliff. You can live in a cavern deep under the earth. The Crystal River. I played on this one before. And this is another new map that was just added called the Ruins. And that could be a really cool start for another clan as well. And then, of course, you have the forest. This is the classic map. This was around since this game started off. You can also live in a gully. I need to look up exactly what a gully is, because I frankly don't remember. You can live in a grotto, which looks really cool. Or you can live lakeside, like, after the new prophecy. This fjord looks so cool, but also, like, I'm really stuck between the wastelands, the ruins, and the fjord. You can also choose your starting season. So you could start in Leaf Bear. For a more challenging start, you could start in Leaf Bear. But I may do a challenging start clan eventually if you guys want me to. But, God, what do I want to do? The wastelands are so cool, but so is the fjord. Oh, you can also live in a shipwreck. We're gonna do ruins. That's what we're gonna do. Bam. This is another new introduction to Clan Gen. And that is, they have all these really cool, sorry guys, I just lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry about that. Interesting. There's so many cool things. But yeah, look at all these cool, like, designed, we have one right here. That looks like an egg more than a pebble. My God, there's so many. It's telling me to go with the Pebble Zero one. There's also a filter option, so you can, like, filter out. So we're gonna take animals out of there. Oh, cool. Okay, I see. Interesting. Here we go. It doesn't look as cool, but it is Pebbleclans, so we're just gonna go with it. I don't want to spend too much time. Congratulations, everybody. Our clan has been created. And we're actually going to get into some gameplay. So let's go. Welcome to your main screen. This is your camp screen. You're going to be spending not too much time on this part, but if you want to see, like, where cats are and other things, this is where you look at that. Now, the first thing we're going to get is to the den system. So there are several dens you can interact with. You cannot interact with the nursery, the elder's den, or the apprentice den. Those are grayed out. But anything that is highlighted, you can interact with. So, for instance, let's go to our medicine cat den. This den is where all your hurt or sick cats are going to show up. Now, of course, how they're sorted depends on their injury. So, of course, you have cats who are in the medicine den, being treated who are in the medicine den, those who are being treated out of the medicine den, or those who just have, like, a minor ailment, like maybe they got cut, maybe they got stung by a bee. Like, they'll be in the minor section. So, like, stuff that's not, like, too dangerous. So, of course, we also have the log. Now, the medicine den log will tell you how cats have been treated, what that particular herb is going to do. So, for instance, it could say we're going to use, I don't really remember all the herbs, like marigold. Like, marigold, they use marigold, which means this cat is either going to will heal faster, has a less chance to die. I think those are the only two. God, I'm trying to remember it right off the top of my head. But I remember for definitely that it'll say, like, it'll either heal faster, is less likely to die. There was a third one. We'll get into it. We'll also see it, and when it comes in, like, I will show you the medicine den, of course, at the start of every moon to see what's happening. I'm so sorry. I cannot remember for the life of me. I swear there was a third one from that, but I cannot remember. Okay, so next we're going to go to our leader's den. This is one of the cool new favorite features for me of Clan Generator. Because, as you can see, there's a lot more clans than in the one last night. Interesting. So it'll randomly generate other clans around you. And these clans are going to have 3 traits. They're going to have amiable, and amiable cats are much easier to befriend and get along with and be an ally. So it's always good to try to befriend them at the very beginning so they can maintain. And then you have the mellow trait. Mellow trait is, they're kind of neutral. They're not going to be quick to war with you, but they're also not going to be quick to be friends with you either. And then you have bloodthirsty clans. And bloodthirsty means what you think it means. These cats, they are militaristic. They're bloodthirsty. They'll go to war with you. They're very easy to tick off and start a war with. So you want to be careful about that. So every moon, you can either... Oh, this too. I almost forgot this. So right here it says, the other clan think Pebbleclan is stoic. Interesting. So these are the opinions the other clans have of us. Now, each moon you can choose either to provoke a clan or befriend a clan. Provoking early on is dumb. When your clan is small and you don't have as many cats, it is dumb to go and provoke. I almost never do it. I always try to befriend because that's just kind of the player I am. So, of course, we have a clan section, and then we have an outsider section. This is another cool new feature that comes with ClanGen in the newest update. When you meet cats out on patrol, you actually continue to follow them. So if you meet a cat outside and you fail to get them to join you, which is possibility, you can have them outright reject you. You can have them bring in. Through this tab, you can interact and you can choose whether to antagonize. You can choose to welcome them into the clan, or you can choose to drive them off of your territory. So it all depends on how you want to play. It's a really cool new feature. So there we go. That's the leader's den. So of course, we're gonna immediately try to befriend Dove Clan here. Now we have the clearing part. Now this is going to show you your food storage. So with our current food, we can have up to 20 warriors can be fed. And I don't know if I've ever seen this change, but it says that StarClan has blessed us. So it looks like we're off to a good start. Here we have the fresh kill pile log. And this will kind of tell you how much food was consumed, how much food is left, stuff like that. I don't really spend a lot of time looking at this a lot of the time, but we are going to for the sake of this Let's Play. So it's going to be a little longer because we have all these little minute things we want to manage. And it's going to make it for a more fun playthrough. And then, of course, we have our tactics. So the tactics here essentially decides your feeding tactics. So you can either feed by status, like, oh, elders eat first, then the leader and the deputy eat, then the medicine. Wait a minute, is it? I remember right. I think it's elders. The medicine cat eats, or is it the leader and deputy that eat after that? And then the regular warriors, then the apprentices. I think that's how that works by status. So you could do a status-based system, a class system, basically. But also down here, this is super helpful. It's going to tell you what each stage or cat, how much prey they're going to consume. So for instance, newborn isn't going to consume much prey because they're babies, they're small, they're little. Then once they're kittens, they will eat half a piece of prey. Queen and pregnant cats eat the most amount of prey because they're eating for 2, essentially. So 4 prey. So the queens eat the most prey. Elders eat about 1/2 of a piece of prey. Medicine cats eat 2 prey, 1.5, 1.5 for medicine cat apprentices and mediator apprentices. Warriors eat 3 pieces of prey. Mediators eat 2, deputies eat 3, leader eats 3. So each one is going to continue. And then, like, let's say your food is really low, which is really hard to do in this game. It is really hard to, like, fail at this stuff. So maybe a little more balancing, which makes this a little more difficult, or ups the consumption rates, maybe will make it more interesting. But we'll see. Maybe they did it on purpose this way to balance it out. So now let's go to ration prey. So healthy warriors will only eat half of the food they need, even if there's enough for the clan. That is going to be interesting. So that's if your prey stores are like really low and you need to preserve food. So early on, it's pretty much good to eat prey, but you also don't want to ration it out too much because, everyone needs to be filled up. Now, there are other choices. For instance, right here, you can have the younger go first. The clan will be fed according to their age only. So I'm wondering if that means older cat eats first? Well, no, since it says younger first, that means newborns are going to eat and stuff like that. Less nutrition is those who have the less nutrition will be fed, and then after they'll do everybody else. And I tend to like to do this. It's the most fair thing. There's some interesting stuff. Hunters first. So pretty much the hunters get prioritized, and they get the first pick of the prey that they caught, which is interesting. I've never done that before. Once again, I don't know how much these tactics actually affect. I haven't gotten that deep in. See about that. Sick injured cats first, which I think is important. The sick and injured need to eat first. And then there's high experience first. The clan will be fed according to their experience, highest one first. So I'm thinking we do it. There's no real reason to do this. Yeah, I don't know. I Where do I want to set this to start off with? You know what? Let's go with the sick and injured first. We will go sick and injured first. That'll be our feeding tactic. Okay, so that finally finishes up the clearing. So there's one more den we have to look at, and that's the Warriors Den. Now, this is the focus. This is the focus your clan is going to do that. Now, of course, this will change, and you can only like reset it every other like moon. So for instance, there are plenty of choices you can do. There's feeding the clan, which means the clan will focus on hunting, and this will allow you to get additional prey on each moon skip than just the stuff they regularly gather. And this I find is a good early game focus, is to make sure we have enough food, then enough herbs. Herbs, you'll probably get enough of them naturally, especially if you have a good medicine cat. So it's also the same for this, for instance. Like, you will be able to gather additional herbs because the warriors are helping with that. And that could be a good early on focus too, making sure you have enough herbs to treat the clan. Then there are some more other interesting ones that I haven't really tried. There's threatening outsiders. The wage of cats outside the clan decrease due to intentionally threatening behavior from your warriors. So this is another way to like kind of naturally boost like your relationship. Well, boost. Basically, this is going to make all the clans hate you and you're going to be in a lot of wars. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. And of course, then there's entreating the outsiders. Creature warriors make efforts to sow seeds of friendship. It's a good thing to start out. Then there's resting and recovering. Clan will take more care and time in their task, and therefore the rate of injuries, illnesses, and outbreaks will be reduced. So, for instance, if you have a lot of cats getting sick and a lot of cats getting injured, you can really do this. And this will help you prevent this stuff. There's also sabotaging other clans. Mediator and warriors work together to undermine the other clans, only available if you have a working mediator. Selecting this will also allow you to choose which clans you target. That's interesting. So that's that little intrigue there. There's also helping the other clans. Your mediator and warriors work together to help the other clans with whatever they need. Only available if you have working mediators. Selecting this will also allow you to choose which clans you target. There's raiding the other clans. Your wars begin crossing borders for resources. Prey and herbs will greatly increase each moon skip, but injuries and illnesses will increase and the relationship with other clans decrease. You'll be able to choose which clans you target. So if we wanted to target the bloodthirsty clans and just raid their stuff, we could. There's also hoarding resources. Herbs begin stockpiling as many resources as they can get their paws on, regardless of their own safety. Prey and herbs will increase each moon skip, but injuries and illnesses will also increase. So yeah, early on, I tend to choose feeding the clan. Getting up a food stock is usually what I do. So usually, you will know. Since it's the first moon, I think you can just change this as much as you want. But starting next time, it'll say, oh, you can change your focus in this next moon. Bam, everybody. So that is the building a clan. That is the each of the dens and what you can do in those dens to help your clan. And I believe, once again, this is only available if you play expanded mode. I think it's only available in expanded mode. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But just remember that if you want this kind of, hands-on, you choose expanded mode. Let me save this clan real quick. Oh, wow, that's true. They have a mood. Now, one thing I do wish is I wish the music played during the actual game, like, and not just on the menus. I think I'm gonna go into the Discord and recommend that. But that's all I have to show you for today. Now, we will get into other stuff like the cat list and looking at your cats and patrols and stuff. We will get to that, but that'll have to be in the next video. So, if you like what you watched today, please claw at that like button and claw at that subscribe button as well for more Clan Gen content. And I do want to start, having this channel active a little more. And I'm going to build this around a lot of stuff that I don't do on over at my first channel. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time.